Well, this sucks. Don't really have anything to, any words to explain what I feel right now. But, I'm still doing this commentary just because I want to talk about an issue. Now, something really, really unprofessional happened to me last night, and it was really kind of, it concerned me to a certain extent that I want to do commentary on it. So the gameplay in the background right now is my evidence. This is my proof. I also have an eyewitness, Super Music Man 73. There's his name on the screen right now. What happened to me yesterday is this gameplay is a 41-2 double VTOL on raid against like a party of 6 people. One of them was a split screen. I forget which one, but there's 5 guys basically. And after this game was done, I was harassed, and I was called a hacker and reported multiple times by each and every one of them. So right now I have about 50 reports standing on my name right now for hacking and cheating and boosting and all that kind of stuff. And this concerns me not because I feel like I'm gonna get reset, because it's probably not gonna happen, because I do have legitimate proof that whatever I did was probably misunderstood by the enemy team. But it also concerns me in the fact that stuff like this happens. Like, and these guys were aged. Like, I don't have the reactions. I didn't record anything. But you can Super Music Man 73 is my witness for this gameplay and for the reactions after. So I'm not the only one who heard the offensive harassment and the reporting for hacking and all that stuff. And it didn't feel good, because it leads me to believe that every single time any person who's good at the game gets a good kind of gameplay gets harassed and reported. And I'm betting you that this doesn't happen for people like Fear Crowds or Jay Nasty or stuff, because it's like, oh yeah, whatever, he went to 150, he was just probably good. But no, I go 41-2. Just a 20.5 KD this game. Not 150, just a 20.5. And I get treated like this. Now, I know that stuff like this happens all the time. You always run into the occasional douchebag when you're playing in Call of Duty, because it's rated 18A. And most, but not all, more than half of the adults that are over 18 that play this game aren't necessarily the nicest of all people. Let's just say it that way. And just I don't really know what to say, because it's like, from now on, if I get a good gameplay against a party of 5 or 6 people, I'm gonna get assaulted. So that's how I feel right now. It feels really, really, and it feels bad, just because I know that this happens now. This has never happened to me before to this extent. It's happened to me where I get shit talked and stuff, but that's fine. That's the nature of Call of Duty. It's competitive, and it involves getting into people's heads. But this was a certain extent that wasn't just getting into my head. It was more like trying to. It was more like trying to blame me for shit I didn't do, and that not just for Call of Duty, but for life in general. That's my pet peeve. Whenever somebody blames me for things I don't do, I just snap. It's the most ridiculous possible thing that could happen to any human being, and it happened to me, and I really didn't even know what to say to these guys. I was just like, no, I'm not a hacker. What are you saying? I wasn't in at the top of the lobby leaderboards after this game. I wasn't at the top of the lobby leaderboards. I have a 1.3 KD. My score per minute is 400. I just had one good game that I went 41-2 on. How? And I don't really feel like going to the police or anything with this, making a whole big deal out of it. But I do feel like whoever watches this video right now should know the names of these 5 individuals. So you can personally tell them that the guy with the double VTOL, or the guy on raid, or the guy who went 41-2 is not a hacker, because they don't believe me, and I'm not necessarily that guy that likes to play in a party of 6 that has people to defend them when stuff like this happens. It was just me and Music Man. So I'm gonna put the names on the screen right now. So we have XOXBeauty_MTL_XOX. We have simDrok, Rexoun, wakkdk-villneuve, and TheMarcophone. So those 5 guys. If you see them on the PlayStation Network, just tell them they're douchebags, because I don't necessarily have the means of telling. I feel like I'm that type of person that's not gonna fight back against a fight I can't win, because the best advice I've ever seen anywhere is don't argue against idiots, because they bring you down to their level and then beat you with experience. And that's true. You can't win an argument against an idiot, because the only way to beat him is to be more of an idiot. And I can't do that. I wasn't raised to be an idiot. So I'm not gonna get into fights with these guys. And you know, it's just bullshit. And if it wasn't just for all the reporting and all the offensive language, I wouldn't have minded if they were just like, oh man, oh wow, you're an ass, oh my god, like all this like complaining and stuff. Oh man, I was lagging. That's the usual stuff you hear, but this is the first time in the history of Call of Duty where I've been personally assaulted and reported for something that just doesn't make any sense. Like getting a good gameplay against like a bunch of grown men. Like, grow some balls and like just relax. It's just the game, and yet you have to make such a big deal out of it. And I'm not making a big deal of it like as if it matters to me if I get reset, because really in life it doesn't matter. But it does matter to me that the opinions of like unintelligent, aged, like dickheads matters more than mine, and that concerns me. And if I get reset, I don't know what I'll do. Like, it's not like I'll necessarily care for my stats being lost, but I'll care for like unjust actions. So I don't really have anything more to add. Just nothing really to say about this. I guess I'm not really. I can say that I don't really care to the point where I'm personally hurt and scarred, but you know, I care to the point where it's unjust, and I feel like something should be done. I don't know necessarily what, but you know what? I'm gonna end this here, and hopefully you understand where I'm going with this. So, thanks for watching.